If you are looking for the best streaming devices, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on a personal preference and sorted it based on the features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we have included options for every type of customer. So, let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Roku Streaming Stick Plus. It's hard to really complain about Roku. The company's streaming devices are about as simple as straightforward as they come. All of your apps are laid out in a big grid, which can make the experience feel a bit slow. But there is no beating that ease of use, and Roku has tried to touch up and modernize the home screen a bit with new sections like Featured Free to highlight the content you can stream without any subscriptions. Despite some occasional spats with content companies, Roku now has pretty much all of the entertainment you could want, including most recently HBO Max and Peacock, and the wonderfully neutral universal search remains one of the best aspects of the platform, waiving your existing subscription and free-to-stream options over making you pay money to rent or buy. And the company's Roku channel has grown into a legitimate streaming app of its own, offering a mix of ad-sponsored movies, TV shows, and live news for those days when you're burnt out on combing through Netflix or Amazon Prime Video. The $50 Streaming Stick Plus remains the best overall pick among Roku's hardware when you weigh price and performance. It gives you HDR, Dolby Atmos, and speedy performance. The main thing you will miss out on Dolby is Dolby Vision. If that's must, you should look at the $100 Roku Ultra setup box instead, which also includes an Ethernet port for optional wide connectivity and a helpful remote finder feature. Plus, the Ultra's remote has customizable shortcut buttons and a headphone jack, so you can listen privately to whatever on the screen if you're trying to keep quiet at night. Other Roku's lets you do the latter with the company's mobile app. If there is one area where Roku falls flat, it's probably voice search. Your voice queries for specific shows or movies should work well enough, but Roku lags Amazon and Google when it comes to natural language interaction. And forget about using your voice to control smart home gadgets or looks up entertainment-related facts. Still, the company is adding other perks to offset that weakness. Late last year, it added support for Apple's AirPlay, letting you easily send content from an iPhone, iPad, or back to the TV screen. Speaking of the Apple. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Apple TV 4K. The Apple TV 4K is laughably overpriced compared to its competitors, but Apple's setup box still has its own set of appealing qualities. The interface is fantastic, it supports Dolby Vision and Atmos across a wide variety of services, has all of the important apps checked off, and also gives you add-ons like Apple Arcade and Apple Fitness Plus. If you pay for them, that you won't find on other streaming devices. Apps sometimes have a higher level of polish on Apple TV and are generally better about taking advantage of everything they can do. Another benefit of the Apple TV is privacy. To some extent, Apple itself isn't obsessed with tracking your viewing data in the same way that a company like Roku is, but the streaming apps can still see what you're doing. I generally think consumers aren't particularly averse to sharing their streaming habits, but Apple's privacy practices might matter to you. But there is no forgiving in the famous remote, which is cumbersome to use and too easy to lose. And it's more difficult than ever to recommend that you spend $180 on hardware that's now several years old. Doing so isn't wrong, you have just got to know that the Apple TV 4K is right for you. The number 3 position is held by Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K. Amazon's Fire TV Stick 4K is yet another popular pick in the $50 range of streaming gadgets. The latest model added support for Dolby Vision, which made it the only product to offer everything HDR, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, HDR10+, HDR10 for such little money until the new Chromecast came along. The Fire TV Stick 4K software is similar to the Chromecast in that the home screen takes a content-focused approach instead of just throwing a grid of apps at you. Amazon tends to showcase its own Prime Video content more prominently than shows and movies from other services, but the newly revamped software goes a long way in improving the look and feel of the Fire TV. Alexa voice commands with the remotes also work reliably, Whether you are saying open Netflix or asking the dim light, the smart lights in your living room. Amazon offers most major streaming apps, but there are some frustrating omissions. Vudu, a good source of Dolby Vision movies, and Peacock are both still absent from the Fire TV platform. There is also the $120 Fire TV Cube to consider. It essentially doubles as a streaming device and a small spot speaker, rather than makes you press and hold button to speak to Alexa like with the Stick 4K. The Cube takes a hand-free approach and has beam-forming mics that respond to Alexa prompts just like an Echo speaker would. It also features something Amazon calls local voice control, which allows it to understand more spoken commands without needing help from the cloud. The Fire TV Cube has a more powerful processor than the Fire TV Stick 4K, making it the fastest of the Fire TV bunch, but the difference isn't very noticeable. Next at number 4, we have Roku Ultra. The previous versions of the Roku Ultra was already our pick for the best premium streamer, and the new 2020 version cements that honor. The box also features a lost remote button that will trigger a tone from the remote, even though we all know it's under the couch. The remote has both a headphone jack for private listening and dedicated power volume buttons that can control TV volume depending upon the model. The remote has 2 customizable shortcut buttons that are snapped to program. Simply speak a voice command while holding the microphone button, then hold the shortcut button until you hear a beep. The Ultra is compatible with Alexa and Google Assistant powered smart speakers, and Roku's feature-free menu option makes finding free content to watch incredibly easy. The night listening mode of the Roku Ultra automatically adjusts volume scene by scene to avoid waking up the kids, and the included JBL headphones should offer better sound for headphone playback as well. New in 2020 is the ability to use the Ultra as a Bluetooth receiver for any audio you would like to play from a smartphone or a tablet. The Ultra is also among select Roku 4K capable devices that has been upgraded with Apple AirPlay and HomeKit. When you factor these features in, the Ultra becomes an even more compelling alternative to the much pricier Apple TV 4K. As you probably already summarized from our outlook at the streaming stick plus, we love the Roku OS. From the biggest library of apps, aka Roku channels, to incredible cross-channel search functionality, there is no digital ecosystem that competes. Plus, the Roku channel recently announced that it's adding more than 100 channels of free live TV to browse through. The number 5 position is held by Xbox One S. The Xbox One S is only $289, but it streams movies and TV in 4K and supports HDR content. It's also going to get Dolby Vision capabilities in the near future, and you can install Kodi on the console. If that's your jam, it also pays 4K Blu-ray movies unlike any of our other packs. Oh, and you also get a great video game console with your purchase. The Xbox One S is slimmer than its predecessors, and its black and white design makes for a surprisingly stylish addition to your home entertainment console. Its internal capacity limit of 2TB means you can stop micromanaging the game and other content you download onto the drive. If you can get an Xbox Series X or S, it's definitely a suitable and more feature-proof replacement, but its scarcity and lack of innovative features make it far from a must-have. The number 6 position is dominated by NVIDIA Shield TV Pro. Most of the products in this list are squarely focused on streaming video, but despite the TV in its name, the NVIDIA Shield TV Pro takes a different approach. The device features 4K resolution and HDR streaming capabilities based on the Android TV platform, but at its heart, the Shield TV Pro is designed with gamers in mind. More than 200 games are available to play via Android TV, with many exclusive to the Shield TV if you are a PC gamer. The ability to stream PC games to your Shield TV while you kick back on the couch makes it an even more attractive option. It has 16 GB of storage, a voice-capable backlit remote control with dedicated media buttons, something the previous generation lacked, and it has Google Assistant and Chromecast on board. In fact, Shield TV is the only media streamer to which you can cast Disney Plus content. The new Tegra X1 Plus processor is 25% faster than the previous Shield TV Pro's Tegra X1, which will deliver even better gaming performance. You can buy an NVIDIA-designed wireless game controller, but it's no longer included in the box. Instead, NVIDIA has kept most buyers will opt to use an existing Bluetooth controller including Sony's DualShock 4 and Xbox One controllers. They are both compatible with the Shield TV Pro. NVIDIA's GeForce Now service, which is currently offered as a free beta but expected to command around $10 per month at same point, lets users stream games to their Shield TV at up to 4K resolution, but performance is dependent upon internet speed. On the audio side, the NVIDIA Shield TV Pro supports 5.1 and 7.1 surround sound, as well as Dolby Atmos object-based surround sound. High-resolution audio is also supported, with some formats supported natively and others supported via pass-through. If you are a Plex user, you will appreciate that the Shield's Plex client is one of the few that supports Dolby True HD with Atmos and is powerful enough to play 4K HDR movies without server-based transcoding. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Roku Express 4K Plus. Originally, we had the excellent Fire TV Stick Lite in the category, and at just $30, it's still a phenomenal value. But when Roku released its Express 4K Plus for just $10 or more, we had to reconsider. Roku has packed so many features into the Express 4K Plus, we think it more than justifies spending that extra money. Let's start with the remote. Roku's remote have always been excellent, but this is the first time Roku has made its voice remote available in a device that costs less than $50. It's also upped by the ante by adding TV power, volume and mute controls, which might just let you put your TV remote in a drawer and never look at it again. The Roku interface is quick and responsive, and as the name indicates, if your chosen streaming content is presented in 4K resolution, you'll be able to see all of that detail on your 4K TV. Dolby Atmos pass-through is also supported, but for the moment, that features only works with the Netflix app. Hopefully, most services will add support in the future. As with Roku's other devices, what you get doesn't start and end with the hardware in the box. The free Roku apps gives you another remote control option, prevent the physical remote inevitably becomes stuck between the couch cushions, and it gives you a private listening feature. Perfect for when you need to keep things quiet while you binge the latest series way into the wee hours of the morning. The number 8 position is held by TiVo Stream 4K. A ton of applications? Check an affordable price. Check support for your own media and external storage too? You bet. The TiVo Stream 4K is a great streamer that deserves a place in this hall of the best streaming devices, and unlike some streaming devices, it is HBO and Peacock. Sling users will appreciate its live TV integration, and the Google Assistant is there to follow through your own voice commands. We just wish that the Stream 4K had a better interface for its Steam app that aggregates content, and that its recommendation were a little more on the nose. Plus, YouTube TV, Hulu with Live TV and Fubo TV don't get the red carpet treatment that Sling gets in the guide section. Hulu with Live TV and Fubo TV don't get the red carpet treatment that Sling gets in the guide section. If it weren't for the Chromecast with the Google TV, the TiVo Stream 4K would be a lot more interesting, but for now it lives in the new Chromecast's long shadow. Next at number 9 we have Xfinity Flex. Free for Chromecast Xfinity Internet customers, the Flex is a very cheap way to get access to streaming services such as Amazon Prime Video and Netflix. Plus, the Flex lets you monitor and control other devices connected to your home network. However, the Flex has far fewer services than other streaming devices. There is no Disney Plus, nor is there Spotify, to name a few, which limits its usefulness. But almost to make up for any gaps, Flex devices get early access to the latest streaming services, as NBC Peacock is here well before its official nationwide July 15 debut. Yes, Comcast is giving Peacock Premium to Flex devices. It should arrive soon if it hasn't already, for free, a $4.99 value. Still, because it's free, there is no harm in picking one up and waiting for other streaming services to arrive. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Amazon Fire TV Cube. While it can't match the upcoming AI upscaling of the NVIDIA Shield or the usability of the Apple TV 4K, the second generation TV Cube is by far our favorite Amazon streaming devices. It's better in so many ways than the Amazon Fire TV Cube that was released in 2017 and every single Amazon Fire TV box before it. But backing in the smart functionality and the speakers of an Amazon Echo, it's a versatile smart speaker as well as competent media player and streamer. For the 2019 version of the Cube, the processor upgrade and inclusion of Dolby Vision are great new additions, and in spite of a few shortcomings, helped to solidify the Cube's spot as one of the best streaming players to be released this year. Yes, technically speaking, you could do almost everything the Fire TV Cube does with an Amazon Echo Dot and Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K, but the hexa-core processor-powered box moves faster and creates fewer frustrations. It's a glitch to say it, but the Fire TV Cube is greater than the sum of its parts. That's all for today. We upload product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notifications.